Hey, what's up, everybody? So we had small groups last night. We had an amazing time, and we continued our talk about family. And we talked about family matters even when it's fractured. And the reality is my family's fractured. The family I grew up with was fractured. Your family's fractured. Like everybody's family is fractured because all of us are people, and people are broken. And that's going to look different for every single family. And the point is that even though your family is not perfect, that God can still bring good out of your family and out of your story. Because what happens is that sometimes our families are points of grief or pain or tension. And what we want to do is we want to cut out the person or people who are causing that pain, right? So that might look like giving them the cold shoulder, not talking to them, or disrespecting them, whatever it may be. And other times, or maybe with different type of people, what we do to avoid the pain and the tension is we cut ourselves out. We go lock ourselves in our room. We go fill up our schedule to make sure that we're not home and we're not around our family because it's just too much. And I love what we talked about in small groups. We talked about Esau and Jacob, who were brothers who hated each other, and one of them wanted to kill the other one ran away, and they lied to their parents. It was an incredibly dysfunctional family. And one could look at their family and be like, well, how could God bring good out of this? How could God use this family? But the crazy thing is that this family that Esau and Jacob came from, that's the family that Jesus came out of. So despite how broken they were and how dysfunctional they were, God wasn't done with their story. And then I think about the disciples, and specifically Peter, who towards the end, whenever their family was falling apart after Jesus was being arrested, Peter denied knowing Jesus 3 times. And Peter was so disappointed in himself and in how imperfect his family was that he ran off. He said, I'm going fishing. I'm out of here. But we know that despite how broken Peter was, despite his mistakes, we know that eventually Peter became one of the great leaders of the early church. His story wasn't over yet. Esau and Jacob's story wasn't over yet, despite their family's brokenness. And your family's broken, and my family's broken, and there may be times where we feel like, I'm just going to give up on my family. What good can come out of this? How can God use this? But the reality is, don't give up on your family. Don't give up on the people in your family. And don't give up on yourself. Because your story isn't over yet. God's still writing your story. God specializes in taking what's broken and finding a way to squeeze good out of it. And don't forget, if you need someone to talk to, I'm always available. My number and email are down below. And if you're a girl and you feel more comfortable talking to one of our amazing women leaders, just let me know and I'll point you in the right direction. So thanks for watching. I'm praying that God gives you an amazing week. I will see y'all next time. Remember, next week we'll be in the youth house. Peace.